Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the top left side as the blue Chinese player, we got a foreign name. On the bottom right side as the magenta Knights Templar, we got liquid DeMu. Of course, just the early eco phase, nothing too significant. Granted, also purple doesn't have to worry about any wood drop-off sites, if that makes any difference. Get some decently good value from his lumberjack spell. Able to collect up wood at a higher rate without any drop off, and get additional 20% food upon collecting, making his lumberjacks highly efficient. Blue has enough resources to age on up, going for the Imperial Academy first, and over here got the Kingdom of France. Kingdom of France reduces the gold cost of all military units by 5%, and plus instant faster reduction speed. Also grants access to the Chevaliers, a early heavy cavalry that's more similar to Sofas. And they also do have benefits from the Horde aura. Imperial officials not being deployed in the field. And with the recent update, patch, we can now see the other landmarks you can deploy in the field with our caster vision. So, you can see here, Battling the Sun, available for 400, 200. Usually it's not common to see the Chinese go for a fast Song Dynasty, just to get the extra village production. Plus, Battling the Sun's not half bad landmark for defense. Here comes the Pilgrims. Magenta immediately rushed out both Pilgrim upgrades, so now has 2 Pilgrims. These Pilgrims will be providing 117 gold. Oh, we do also have abandoned outposts here, just for a bit of free spotting. Now we do have a stable and barracks now pulled in the field by blue, so spearmen and or horsemen. Knights Templars going for some Chevaliers. Or Chevaliers, not Chevaliers. Why did I say Chevaliers? Either way, here's the Chevalier. Offers 160 health, 14 damage, 2/2 armor. Very similar to a Sofa. Its cost is, technically its base cost is 90/80, so 160 resources with a little bit of gold discount, of course. Professional Scouts not being researched by the Chinese player. Going for a decent amount of scouts there. Force them falling back, going for these. Does get more golden come with these pilgrims coming this direction. Wolf gaining some bites there. So every 60 seconds right now, Magenta will get about 100 or 250 gold, which is quite significant. Chevaliers being pulled in the field. We've got a good number of spearmen now pulled in the field by the Chinese player. A couple horsemen as well. Wolf getting some bites there. Chevalier pushing along the flank. His charge attack is 21. His sword and strike is 14. Now I got some archers put on the field. Trying to hit those spearmen. Chevaliers trying to hit those horsemen. Slowly whittling down those spearmen with the archers. Chevaliers now advance way forward and braving the spearmen. None of the Chevaliers will go down, but no archers did go down. And now do have professional or survival techniques being researched by Magenta. Just collecting up food on the field. Knight does go down there. That knight does take some hits there as well from this outpost. It's a couple, not necessarily knights, chevaliers. Couple hits over there. Archers backing on off as well. We do of course have these scouts with the venison. They do get spotted there thanks to the nearby scout here. Magenda's trying to hit these units there. Getting some good damage. They need to drop the venison and run. We do now have the Imperial Palace going on up. We should usually see the clock tower, astronomical clock tower rather before I see Imperial Palace. The blue's going for the Imperial Palace, which does act as a lighthouse. And also no Song Dynasty just yet either. Song Dynasty help them lock down, say, the gold deposit. That's got one villager there. Barbican's Son, of course, is a outpost that's fully upgraded with hand cannon near slip. Just a 5,000 health outpost. Scout goes down, or likely will go down. Imperial official does take a bit of damage there. Chevalier does go down. Got some palace guards now pulling in the field. Chevaliers do charge before. A couple spearmen in tow. Palace guard nice and all, but they're a little bit outnumbered. They do have less armor, so archers do a little bit better against them. He also has not researched, or only researched one range armor. Lance's overall good option right this moment. Just a heavier cavalry to help deal with everything that his opponent has. Palace Guard overall is a good option as well, but they're just a little bit too light in armor to be extremely effective. They're just okay. And Geneva Empire now being employed in the field. I don't know how to pronounce that. Does give access to the heavy spearmen, a very, very powerful unit, which can accompany any of your ranged forces. Chevaliers charge way forward. One does go down there. No hand cannon slit. Nope. Some of these villagers are going down to these Palace Guard and Lancers. Heavy Spearman would be a very good item against the Lancers and be reasonable versus the Palace Guard. Mitchell's age up's now complete. Archers pretty forward, going for the veteran archer research. Lancers who fall back, Chevalier in tow. We do have these Palace Guards to depart this Pilgrim, very nice. Nice spear brace there by the Heavy Spearmen. The armor is also equal to the man at arms bow, so they're very, very durable. Got some crossbowmen being put on the field. Completely and utterly ordinary crossbowmen, which means they are very good at the Palace Guards and Lancers that he's currently fighting. Some of those knights are going down. Palace Guards being focused down there. The Templar headquarters only has the standard default defensive arrow. Lancers and Palace Guard try and pursue these villagers. It looks like all these heavy units will be going down. Lancers do take out some more villagers there. We do have a boar with only 400 food remaining. Lancers getting hit there. Probably only use those 3 villagers to clean up the rest of that boar. Not really worth bringing any more villagers down south or north. Lancer does go down there. We do have now the monk being bitten by the wolf. And now we do have some brother Templars now being put on the field. A heavier cavalry for the Knights Templar. There are some Brothers Templars now. They do have standard heavy cavalry armor. They have increased health. Default health of Lancers and Knights is 230. These guys have 275. They do cost, let's see, 120 and 133 with a 5% discount. I think it is supposed to be 140 default. So they do cost about 260, a little bit more expensive than Knights for a little bit more health. Archers and heavy spearmen and 1 crossbowman push way forward. Good number of Palace Guard and Lancers there. Monk here does get bitten a little bit. Scout takes fire there. Archers being pursued by these Lancers. Not much these Archers can do. They have 9 damage to load. The Lancers do have only 5 armor, not 6 armor. Which is not going for a fortress over here. That's help provide some defense towards this trading post. And to the sacred sites. I have a feeling that he's going to age up to Venetians to get out of the Venetian traders. They're just getting hit here as well. Crossbowmen take out some as well. And it looks like the monk is still seeing some dog wolf fights there. At the current rate, the monk may go down to the wolf. The wolf's getting severe damage onto it. Crossbows here, hitting some of these units. We now have secondary towns that has been pulled in view. The Chinese player still Tang Dynasty, increasing his vision range of scouts. Blue does have a slight villager advantage, but nothing too significant. It can greatly grow if he were to get out his Song Dynasty. Good number of Lancers and Palace Guard back there. Force established here. Lancers going down. Now got the Bardican of the Sun now being established there, which is a healthy outpost. It is getting. We'll put him to Song Dynasty. Song Dynasty has now been obtained. Now he does have 2.5 villager queues. 3 more pilgrims now advancing. Got also a bit of a farm there. Monk does disappear. Looks like that bug's still in the game. Where Chinese monks just disappear from existence. Magenta has now claimed 2 sacred sites. Blue still has the 1, which should be decaptured relatively soon. Archer does go down there. Magenta's now going for the boiling oil research. Blue has put a 3rd town center there, going for more granaries. All 6 sites have been captured by Magenta. Blue has 10 minutes to rectify that. 3 pilgrims now pushing way forward. Every single fortress will increase the amount of pilgrims sent by 1. And right now every pilgrim is providing 130 gold at the moment, which is a significant amount. Of course, can be increasing more with the treasure towers. Another mention the sacred site income right here. Magenta's also going for some basic walls there. Scout engaging monk. Blue scout will fall back. Siege workshop now being pulled in the field. Berry bush is being collected on up as well. Lumber preservation now has been researched. Magenda's now going for another fortress, not putting next to the sacred site there, so won't be able to get increased gold income from the treasure towers. But at least keep these pilgrims a little bit more safe on their journey, on their pilgrimage. So a number of lancers are there, palace guard as well. Templar brother Templar, advancing way forward. Villagers do escape on out. There are, of course, some villagers here. Villager will go down. Lancers and horsemen trying to retaliate against this brother Templar. Outposts provide a bit of spotting. Heavy spearmen and crossbowmen push way forward. Get some shots around these villagers. Got another archer range now being established. Also, the Lancer will defeat the Brother Templar. Magenta is now going for another fortress. Not sure where this next fortress is going on. Up there it is. Which will increase the number of pilgrims. We do now also have the desert castles, improve desert outpost aura on the fortress. Also provide increase armor by one. Blah, cannot speak right now. Another fortress being established somewhere. This time back here. These villagers may be a little bit too far forward with their farms. Nice little spear brace there. Brother Templar will go down. Couple heavy spearmen in the region. And now got a trebuchet being pulled out by the Chinese. SCVs are not very good at structures like mangonels. Magenda's up straight forward, good number of crossbowmen. You could try to just garrison inside the keep for better defense. We'll just gain some rounds onto these horsemen and palace guard. Those are trying to put up the keep now. SCV is trying to creep their way forward. Like I said as well, he could probably split up some units inside the fortress there to just get extra defense arrows going. Does take a partial barrage there. These guys are pretty wounded. A monk or two wouldn't be half bad. And now got a bit of walls there and enough resources for the Great Gatehouse. Great Gatehouse now being deployed in the field. Trebuchet is now sieging down the nice Templar's fortress there. He does have 4 forces in the field, so he's getting 6 pilgrims per every 60 seconds. Each one's providing a significant amount of gold, which I have to keep an eye on one of them after plus 20%. Republic Defense not being employed in the field. Yep, since I don't have the player selected. Republic Defense was also given access to Venetian traders, which are a fast, very fast trader, but a bit more expensive. You also put in the corner there and go for a pretty good trade path. Outpost there for spotting. Oh, we also now have actual nested bee emplacements. Very nice. Something I wondered if they were ever going to do, and they did. Herbal medicine now being researched by Magenta. Very nice. Some of these units are quite wounded, so the herbal medicine could be very, very potent. We do now have the Trebuchet emplacement, which adds a mini Hui Hui Pow. I don't know what the damage output is like on it. It does not get revealed when you highlight the card here. I'm guessing it's equal to regular Trebuchets, or at least equal to the Knights Templar Trebuchets. Which may be able to range this Great Gatehouse. Yuan Dynasty now available. Blue does have 4 relics, so get out 3 pagodas. Hui Hui Pow firing away. It looks like one of those rounds missed, another one hit, so it seems like a trebuchet damage for the Knights Templar. Yep, it's trebuchet damage. And the arm attack is now being researched by Knights Templar. Outpost has been burnt down. Here comes some Cantoneros. Cantoneros are a unit that only costs gold. They're anti-gunpowder. They take 20% less damage from gunpowder units, which actually is important since Chinese like to go for hand cannoneers. They are classified as heavy infantry, so they only have 1/1 inherent armor, so they're pretty vulnerable to crossbowmen, particularly vulnerable. And they will take some decent damage from regular archers. And Zunchnews in this case as well. In fact, Zunchnews should do just fine against Cantonero. Pilgrims are going to get hacked apart there. It looks like the Great Gatehouse getting hit by the trebuchet emplacement. Crossbowmen are engaging. Sacred Site victory has been neutralized. Trebuchet emplacement does roll a miss there. Sprinkles will be effective versus the heavy spearmen. Of course, they will get ripped apart by the Brother Templars. And Kenya is not being employed by the Chinese player. Cantoneros do have double damage versus gunpowder, as well as siege. In theory, I think gunpowder siege will take even more damage. This brigandine, this description is actually inaccurate. Common soldiers, ignore that entire first sentence. Light cavalry get +2 armor. That's the only thing you should focus on that upgrade. It does not affect quote-unquote common soldiers, just light cavalry. That description really needs to be updated, or maybe it's just severely bugged. Heavy Spearmen straight forward, do have some veteran horsemen trying to engage, and Cannoneers just firing away. Cantonero will take 20% less bonus damage from them, or 20% damage entirely, but that's actually not a whole lot due to how much high damage they already do. They do have the power techniques research, so the increased range, and plus the unit density makes them 50% faster as well. Cantonero do move at a pretty high movement speed as well. No serpentine gunpowder just yet. Do not have the elite brother Templar now being queued on up. House Guard charging the way forward. Arrow does have currently 21 damage. These Palace Guard have only 28. Of course, get more melee damage still for them. Or not 28, 18. Very big difference. Great Gatehouse appears to be not destroyed, just severely damaged. Now got some horsemen now pulling the field. Elite horsemen. Serpentine gunpowder being queued on up by the Chinese player. Local doggo. He's trying to play fetch, throwing some balls towards him. Burning balls. Continero also only costs gold. They cost 120 gold base. Blue's trying to go for defensive keep here. I wonder if they take less damage from the keep in place in Cannoneer spots. Good number of granaries here. 3 high taxes on one of them. Monster here with only 1 relic. I think the other one's maybe pagodas. Yep, pagodas have been deployed in the field. I think he has access to Tithe Barn researched. Nope, Tithe Barn is not actual research. That should be very important research. That will give him a lot of extra income. Particularly some extra stone income never hurts. Keep still going up. Brother Templars straightforward. That biology now being researched by the Chinese player. He actually has enough resources to get to Ming Dynasty if he so chooses. That would remove the increased movement speed and give him, what, increased health on all of his Dynasty units. More pilgrims make his way. Nice Templar player has a pretty sizable stockpile of all resources. Blue's now pushing down south. The Great Gatehouse has been destroyed. A couple more outposts being salvaged there. Trebuchet is firing away. They are now firing 3 projectiles. Hand Cannoneers firing away. Chinese hand Cannoneers are going to be effective versus everything. Bombard rolling his way forward, sort of. It's like sliding his way forward. Horseman pushing their way forward. He does have access to Lancers, or Fire Lancers. Probably doesn't have access to Elite Fire Lancers, probably just regular Fire Lancers at the moment. But he is Union Dynasty, which is the dynasty to get access to Fire Lancers. Which I'm assuming those guys are not classified as gunpowder? I honestly don't know off the top of my head. Horsemen and Palace Guard retreat forward. Hankineer is still in small numbers. Chinese players not maxed out, while Knights Templar is. Chinese players have moved some of these bombards. He just needs to regroup his forces. We've got 8 cannon placement for the Bardic in the Sun. Palace Guard charging the way forward. Battering does go down there. More damage on the Vatican and the Sun. Blue's falling back, needs to regroup reinforcements here. Has decent reserve hand cannoneers. Trying to go for more hand cannoneers. He has plenty of wood and gold. Not enough of other resources at the moment. Maybe get out some no, crossbow costs food. I was in the wrong Age of Empires game. You can go for perhaps some nested bees or some spring golds. Against all these horsemen, he needs to get out a spearman, but he may not. He does have veteran spearman, not elite spearman, which should be adequate enough for now. Engineers firing away from good position, getting some good damage done. But everything just charged away forward. Knights Templar has a massive resource reserve. Chinese player could just probably buy 1,000 food just to make sure he can get a pretty sizable production queue going. Going for the spearway is probably not going to be a possibility. We got more Continero being blown in field. Crossbow maybe just a bit more cost effective against them at the current rate. Spent less damage with which would be from 43. Let's assume it goes down by 10, so 33. Crossbow, yeah, maybe just as effective. But they have less health. Nice Templars push way forward. Elite Spearman now being has been researched by the Chinese player. Secondary towns are starting going down. The capital's right here. Go for more production structures back here. And Blue does back the game now. That's hand grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.